What is the funniest thing you've ever seen at a cricket ground? Or at a cricket match? Either as a player, broadcaster,
Let me
anything.
kick off. I mean, I can't... When I saw it, this is what we're going to discuss. I couldn't get away from Morning Mortal. Walking off, dismissed, into the groundsman's shed. I mean, the Oval is
so you were commentating, were you?
Where's he going?
When did you realise he was heading... Were you on air when it happened?
I can't remember, but I mean, we've seen it that many times, and he's such a nice lad, quite an innocent chap,
Yeah.
big, commanding, tall. He's dismissed, and you're upset when you're out, you know, you've just done, where's he going? I mean, the pavilion you can't get any bigger than that, and he walks off, not in that direction, where's he going? Straight in the roller. He's with the lads are in there having a brew. All right, mate. How are you doing? Yeah. Oh, sorry. And then he's got to walk along.
Did he have to walk back onto the field?
No, he had to walk around the
through the fans,
around the outer, in front of the crowd to get to the stairs. And there's not many steps. And all his mates are number one disappointed. Oh no, he's out. And then they're all absolutely peeing themselves. Where is he? He's here now. Is he? No. Here he is. Up the steps. And they were absolutely peeing themselves when he got up there.
That was the first Test match I ever went to in England, and I was sitting on the steps at the front where the dugouts are now.
Yeah.
So he had to walk past us.
Yeah.
So we were sitting kind of to the left of the change rooms, right? Me and my wife.
Yeah.
Before we were married, even, and we're watching. And I said to her, I think he's going the wrong way, because we knew that all the players have been going this way, and I'm new to this ground.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then you hear the murmuring of the crowd, and everyone starts to realise.
Yeah, tittering.
But my favourite bit is he's walking with his head down, because he's gone out.
Yes,
right?
he was.
And he gets all the way to the boundary, and he looks up, and he suddenly realises there's no gap.
Yeah.
Right? So now he's like, how do I do this? And he's got to walk over, like he had the longest legs in the world.
He
right?
has.
He has to walk over the thing, and then he looks up, and now he's realised that not only is he in the wrong area, he's walked to the groundsman's hut, and that's when he lifts his head. Everyone in the ground is laughing. And he walks like, he must have been like a metre from me, and I felt for Morning Mortal ever since. Like, it was just, and I tell you what, it was, what a way to start your career of being, at a ground and everything.
There is another, which you will remember. I can't remember the ground. It's in the Caribbean. Off spinner bowling. Carl Hooper bowling. Nasser Hussain. It pitches and just rolls along the floor.
Yeah.
Hits him on the shoe. He's plumb in front of everything, and the umpire that's out. Nasser Hussain. So it's a test match, and I'm sort of involved. And as he's getting off, and we're all just, and we just could not contain it. You can imagine Nasser. I mean, he's hit the roof about the pitch and this and that. He's unfit for cricket. Pause. Atherton captain is Stewie. Might have been Stewie. Pause. Atherton, when he's just sort of calmed down, you should have played forward. Boom! Off again!
Do you know, I saw one recently which I really like, and it's been forgotten through history. But the first day of men's World Cup cricket, so 1975, there are 4 games played. And the major game is England versus India. And that's, I think it was at Lord's that one was played at, right? And England made 340 or something. It was 60, 65 overs, but it was a huge total.
Yeah.
And Sunil Gavaskar goes out and goes, nah.
That's it.
Right?
I remember that.
This is pointless. We can't chase this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, and
I am above this competition.
I think he makes, you might remember the exact number, but it's like 36 not out from 120 balls or something, isn't it? Right? He just, boom, refuses to play. But there is a moment, Bumble, which I found in archive, where the most stylish Indian spectator breaks onto the ground, and he's got the brown flares on.
Yes.
He's got it looks like he's come out of Saturday Night Live, and he's sitting in the middle. He's standing in the middle of the ground, just screaming at Gavaskar, saying, "What is wrong with you?" And you don't need to know what languages they were speaking. All you need to know is that this guy is like, I came to Lord's to watch India play the first ever World Cup game, and you have refused to even try here. And Gavaskar, of course, is just like, get off the field, idiots. It is so beautiful because he looks like he's about to be like one kind of, like a backup singer for Queen or something, right? Like, this guy is so ridiculously stylish, and Gavaska's having absolutely none of it.
Nothing wrong with flares.
36 from 174 balls.
There we are.
Oh, nothing wrong with flares, I'm saying, but how stylish. It wasn't just a
1-4.
normal heckler. It's not like Australia where you go out with shorts and this guy was like, he had come out, he's like, I'm wearing my best clothes. This is going to be a great day. India in the World Cup. What an amazing moment for me and my people to be at Lloyd to the World Cup. And then he's like, I'm going to go out in the middle and scream at Sunil Gavaskar.
Do you know one other funny thing from that match? Farouk Engineer did not bat.
No.
Do you know what? I think there's been so many funny moments at cricket, but I think my funniest moment was also at the Oval. You might have been commentating. Once again, it's a situation where the crowd didn't know what. You'll know the game. Must have been 2006, and the one team didn't turn up after tea.
Oh, Pakistan.
Right.
That's it. We're not coming out.
Not coming out.
Yeah.
They got docked 5 points.
Yeah.
5 points. 5 runs.
Yeah.
And Inzi and the team said, "Well, we are not being accused of ball tampering. We're not coming out."
Yeah.
And so you know what it's like at Days Cricket. By the time you come to tea, I mean, this is at a cricket ground that for a few years brought in this rule that you weren't allowed to buy beer in this arbitrary time in the afternoon. A bit like Sunday licensing laws back in the 80s, or whatever. So you could drink all the way up to 2:20.
Get absolutely bladdered.
And then they say,
okay, snooze.
No drinks for an hour and a half.
I've forgotten that existed.
Really weird, right? So, but you know how tanked up people get at the cricket. So it gets to tea, and everyone's been drinking, Even the sensible people, they've had their first pint. I'm not going to have a drink till 11 o'clock till the play starts, right? So by tea, people are rolling in the aisles, and we're in the cheap seats. And Pakistan don't turn up. England, if you remember, they come out into the field.
That's it.
They walk out, and then they walk straight back up again. And we're in the crowd. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. Simon Mann on TMS walks into the dressing room, but we're not listening. It's before those little devices. 2 hours. No one knows what's going on. And then I think it comes over the tannoy, game's over. Harmy's back home by this point, by the way. He left early. Anyway, comes to the end of what had already been a really weird day's cricket. We'd seen 2 sessions, and then Pakistan didn't turn up, and then England win. And Mark Nicholas and Geoffrey Boycott come out for some unknown reason, come out to do their end of play rap for Channel 5 right in front of us. So it's at the end of a boisterous day, a mad day, and one where all the rules have gone out the window, and it was also a windy day. So Geoffrey's standing there with his huge blinking hat, whoosh, in front of the whole drunk stand. And not only does his hat blow off, it's one of those where he runs after it, and every time he gets to it, another goes in. And this is 6 hours in front of the crowd, and it's Geoffrey.
Yeah.
And we are treated to some of the all-time comedy gold. Absolutely brilliant.
Can I give you a throwback game?
Well, we haven't even mentioned Alex Hales getting hit in the box for 3 balls in a row.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people getting hit in a row, isn't there? You may remember this game, Bumble, but there's a game where Middlesex had to play Kent in, I want to say, late 1950s, early 1960s, right? And they played day 1 on a Saturday, and then there's a rest day on the Sunday, and they come back on a Monday. But they weren't playing at Canterbury, they were playing at Tunbridge Wells. And so the Middlesex team were like, well, we're not going to hang around here. We'll go back to London, see our families on the Sunday, and then come back on Monday morning. They had forgotten that the traffic on Monday mornings is not particularly good. 3 of the team turn up. This was Middlesex were batting, and there's a guy called Bob Knocker White who was batting, and he was on not out 40 odd. He looks around. There's no one else. He's got the 12th man in the car, and the other guy was the opening bat who'd already been dismissed, right? So he's not out at the crease. Bob White, he puts his pads on and gets himself ready, and he goes out to the middle. And the umpire's like, "Well, what are you doing? Like, you're the only one here." And they're like, "You're going to have to declare." And Bob's like, "I'm on 44 not out. I'm not declaring, guys." And they were like, "Well, you have to do something." And he said, "Well, I'm available to bat." And they were like, "You need a second batter." So the umpires, I think this is the only time it's ever happened in cricket, the umpires closed the innings, right? And then part of the reason they did it, there used to be an award where you had to try and score the fastest 100 in the game. What's it called?
Walter Lawrence Award.
The Walter Lawrence Award. So the Kent opening batters were pushing for this because they knew that Middlesex only had like 2 fielders, and I think a second car had turned up, but it was still only like 5 players.
I remember
and so they were pushing for it, and the guy who pushed the most for the compulsory close ended up making about 70 or 80. He didn't even get to the record to do it. But that's the only time in history where they did this. And I said to Knocker, why didn't you just like not pad up and declare? And he's like, Jarrod, come on, 44 not out. Like, I was playing for my career.
That's it. Yeah.
We didn't even mention Alistair Cook pretending to be Bob Willis.
That was a good one.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you remember
Joe Root in the dressing room with a mask on, being Bob Willis.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jarrod Meander jumping up and down pretending to be Kieran Moray in the '92 World Cup where he was imitating the wicketkeeper?
No, I remember. I remember the sort of fight between Dennis Lilly and Jarrod Meander.
That's another one. Yeah.
He kicked him up the backside and he came at him with a bat. Come on. Henry Blofeld filing from a coal box and getting a bit thirsty, Henry, at the end of a day's play. And the game ended in a very tame draw. The game when I think it was Surrey were 14 all out.
Yes.
And he left.
He went to the opera, didn't he?
He went to the opera. He said it ended in a very tame draw. 14 all out.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true or not, but and if it isn't, we could just cut this out. Beefy's final ever delivery in first-class cricket, running into bowl with his old man out.
Oh, I don't know that. I've not heard that. Oh, what a sight, honestly. No, please say it's untrue.
It's
oh,
certainly
no.
in some books, isn't it?
We'll
no.
find out.
No,
We'll
I'm
find
not
out.
having it.
Certainly not on YouTube.
Didn't a guy lose his county contract for doing a photo with his member out? Do
he
you
did.
remember that?
No, I
It
don't.
was-
No,
it was
I
the-
don't
it
want
was-
to
it
know
was
anything
the
about
team.
that.
It was
the
a
team
team
photo
photo
in
at the
Wisdom.
start.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But there's
no.
also a Surrey one where Nadeem Shahid and Adam Hollyoak. You know those fake like
Vampire teeth.
yeah. No, those teeth like the dude from the Goonies. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
they put those in, and the photographer didn't realise, and it's in like the Wisdom, and they got these like crazy.
Gosh.
Anyway.